Thanks, Claudia. That's what's up. Hey, what's up, cuz? He says kill a bear for half of what is up, cuz. Not chilling. Thanks, Claudia, for telling me, man, that my microphone was off. But yeah, like I was saying, man, what up? Happy Thursday. Man, I'm trying this new little podcast. You dig what I'm saying? We are I got this little thing that I wanted to run down on people. I wanted to do this little thing called love versus hate. And so I was giving y'all like a little bit of backdrop. I passed my insurance exams, man, and it's just seemed like they don't want to let me live. So after you get done doing the insurance exams, you go through all of this testing, all these college courses online. Then after you pass them, now you got to do the application. So like I was saying before I found out that my mic wasn't on, is that um he knew, I gave him the truth. I was honest about, me being locked up, being in prison, just formerly came home, was formerly incarcerated. But man, they started going back through my record, like stuff from like 20 years ago, stuff that you're not even convicted for, and saying, speak on this, give me a statement on this. And at first, man, it made me kind of mad that, you know what I mean, that they was taking me through all that. But then again, at the end of the day, you know, you just got to go give him 100%, be done with it. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like this. I'm gonna give him what I'm supposed to give him. You know, I mean, he was digging up stuff about arson. You know what I mean? Some stuff that I wasn't even convicted of. So anything that I was charged of, they were still, you know what I mean, digging in the crates for that type of stuff. And so, you know. But remember what I told y'all a long time ago. Every time you waiting on a breakthrough, or every time a blessing is coming your way, there's got to be opposition. It's not gonna happen if it's not no opposition. And so, I just trust that, God, you brought me this far. You let me pass the exams. And so, even if it goes the wrong way, I'll just keep fighting. And if nothing else, maybe it just be a learning process. You dig what I'm saying? And I ain't gonna stop. I'm a hustler. It's in me. So I just wanted to do that. But so tonight, man, listen, this is what we're gonna do. We got a few people on deck. I want y'all to tap in, man. You dig what I'm saying? If y'all feel like you got to comment on any of these things that I want to say. So tonight is going to be brand new. I'm trying it for the first time. I tried it like last week, but I messed up. I wound up putting, y'all remember Do the Right Thing, when my man was just like love and hate, and he was like, look like hate got love on the ropes. He got to doing a little fighting thing. I wanted to use that as my motto, and then messed around and used that and didn't have the copyright fringes to it. You dig? So a lot of stuff I'm learning that you just can't do that. You dig what I'm saying? Use people's stuff and get on here. So they blocked y'all out, and then y'all couldn't see the rest of it. And so instead of arguing with them, I just deleted the whole post. I brung it back a little bit Sunday, gave y'all like a little format. But tonight, man, let's do this. I got this list of different things, you know what I mean? Like say love versus hate. But some of them is just like some cool like little quotes. I had a buddy that used to be in prison with me, man, and fam was from Michigan. And when I say like, okay, not only did I like used to do like portraits, but we used to do like poems and stuff. Like say if somebody made you a card, you got a girl or you got a wife, and you if in prison, like say you might give me the card and say, "Hey, Bear, throw a poem in here for me for a bag of coffee." You know what I mean? A bag of coffee costs like 260. So basically they paying you $2.60 just to do a little poem. So I take the card, I'll take it back to my cell. I sit there, give me a few things that you want to put in there, whether it's her name, whether it's a date that y'all met, something that she might like. Give me like a list of things that I can work with, and then I'll go shoot him a poem. But man, I had this dude named Mitch. Dang, his last name Christian Mitchell. Fam is from like St. Louis. Hey, when I tell you this man used to put stuff together, I didn't seen this man write a letter for guys that was facing divorce. And man, get their wife gushy and make them come back up and visit him. It might not have stopped the divorce, but at the end of the day, when you're in prison, all you got is like words. And so we had a lot of stuff that we used to write like back in the days. And so a lot of it is like on the love thing. But here's the skit though. We all got some haters. Haters is here. They ain't going nowhere. You might as well just get ready for them. You dig what I'm saying? And so ain't no sense in being mad at them. Sometimes you should congratulate them. And so let's go down a list of some of these things. And you know what? I really want to start with hate and then come back to love, but some of them is so good, I don't know. So maybe we'll switch behind it. Now listen to this quote right here. It says, "Behind every successful person lies a pack of haters. So I love my haters." You dig what I'm saying? Behind every successful person lies a pack of haters. So I love my haters. So let me ask you something. Can you use that and can you incorporate that for yourself? Because a lot of times, you dig what I'm saying, when you being successful, people is gonna hate you. You dig what I'm saying? They always got something to say about your business. They always got something to say. Oh, they think they doing this and that. They hate for you to break out and get a new car. They hate for you to show up and shine and like, man, like you get your hair done or you do something great or you do something. It's just like, oh man, they think they something. You know what I mean? Have you ever had people like that? But when you listen to the quote, it's real deal Holyfield. It's like behind every successful person lies a pack of haters. I love my haters. And so I'm gonna tell you something, man. A person used to tell me like this: if you ain't got no haters, then you ain't doing something right. You dig what I'm saying? You gotta have some haters. And I remember this one little song. It was like a little Christian song. It says we all need a little dirt to grow. So you gotta go through something. Sometimes, man, basically, you gotta take the good with the bad. And so if you plan on being successful, best believe you're gonna have some haters. Here's another one that was on there too. Let's go through this one. Insecure people put other people down just to raise themselves up. Listen to that again. Insecure people put other people down just to raise themselves up. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. I seen that so many times in prison. You know what I mean? I seen so many people, they'll try to put you down just to make their stuff look good. Or somebody else, matter of fact, this other one. Let me read this one, and then I'm gonna comment on both of them. Cause check this one out. This one is dope. Rumors are carried by haters. They spread by fools, and are accepted by idiots. Listen to it again. Rumors are carried on by haters. They are spreaded by fools, and they are accepted by idiots. That's real talk. So now listen to this. Insecure people always put other people down to raise themselves up. So put them both together. I've seen people do this, man, where, you know, um, you insecure about your life or you got some insecurities going on. So just to keep the light out your closet, or having somebody look at your flaws or your defects, the first thing you'll do is you'll try to look at somebody else and you'll try to down them. You know what I mean? You'll try to come up with something that, you know what I mean, I always hate on them, or somebody will always try to point out the flaw, you know what I mean, in you, because they don't want nobody to look at the flaw in them. And then if you listen to the other part when it says rumors are carried off by haters, they spread it by fools, and they are accepted by idiots. That's just because most of the time when it's a rumor, idiots is the only ones that's going, you know what I mean, believe it. You dig what I'm saying? Because they always looking for some gossip, for something to hate on somebody by, to listen to something so they can go try to tell it to somebody else. And you're a fool for going to tell some information that you didn't know. You dig what I'm saying? Stop running around spreading business that you didn't really know. You don't even know the truth, but yet and still you want to go tell it. You know what I'm saying? You telling some stuff that you really don't know. You dig what I'm saying? And so be mindful of that, man, and always be mindful of somebody trying to put you down. Most of the times when people is talking down about you, you dig what I'm saying? They insecure. Here's another one. It says, learn to use hate as fuel and you'll never run out of energy. That's pretty dope. Learn how to use hate as fuel and you'll never run out of energy. And I think probably the reason why that one probably stood out to me, the reason why I wrote that one down is because sometimes people break down when they get hated on. You know what I'm saying? You get some people, man, they can't stand hate. They don't like people to talk about them. You know what I mean? They don't, if somebody say something bad about them, they don't know how to handle it. They'll go into a frenzy. And if you can learn how to use hate as fuel, you'll never run out of energy. And just use it. Okay, so take it from this perspective right here. So okay, I seen this one little comment this dude says, you know what I mean? As long as you keep doubting me, I'ma keep winning. You dig what I'm saying? And it's on the same lines as this right here. It's just like, okay, as long as you hating on me, I'm using that as fuel to just keep winning. Cause I keep telling you, if you don't got no haters, you're doing something wrong. You dig what I'm saying? And I'm not saying that it's fair that people should be hated on, but you got to look at it from this point, fam. Jesus, most perfect person that ever walked the earth. You dig what I'm saying? Didn't do nothing wrong. Walked around loving people. Most of the people he probably like, ticked off was like the Pharisees or the Sadducees because he told them the truth. But most of the time, Jesus was cool. Anybody that come to your party and turn the water into wine, you dig what I'm saying? Or come out and feed a bunch of people with a loaf of bread, you know what I mean? That's my friend. That's who I'm hanging with. I don't know about you, but that's who I'm kicking it with. You dig what I'm saying? If you could take a few pieces of fish and a loaf of bread and feed like 5,000 people, like turn up. You dig what I'm saying? I'm rocking with Jesus, man. But Listen to me, man. This is how people do you though. You dig what I'm saying? They gonna hate on you regardless. You know what I mean? You ain't got no choice for it. People always got something negative to say. But as they saying something negative, in your heart, you gotta have that confidence and that go get to say, you know what, I'm gonna keep on grinding. I feel you, Jada. And I mean you already know how it goes down. People, you know what I mean? Uh they always gonna have something negative to say about a person's situation, who a person dating, what they doing, and this and that. You know what I mean? I feel like this. If you ain't got nothing good to say, or not, if you can't even help a person, okay, if you feel a person ain't doing their best, or you feel like they ain't doing this and that, if you can't give them a solid piece of advice, or you can't give them a helping hand, get out the way. What are you doing? You in the way. You just running your mouth. You dig what I'm saying? Check this out. So listen to this. When people don't want the best for you, they are not the best for you. That's dope. Talk about that one right there. When people don't want the best for you, they are not the best for you. You know what I mean? And sometimes you're going to see that in life. You know what I'm saying? You ever try to level up? You ever got a business idea, or you got something that you want to do? Or maybe you might be in a relationship and that person is just always negative. You dig what I'm saying? Dang, won't you lose some weight? Or you eat too much? Oh, when you gonna get your hair cut? Man, you ain't, you know what I mean? You ain't did this or you ain't did that. Now, I'm saying there's a difference when you know somebody is off they square. You don't really got to insult them. You dig what I'm saying? To make them like get up and give 100%. But if you're around a negative Ned, it's like, man, come on. It's like you destroyed the party. You dig what I'm saying? Nobody want to be around nobody that's just negative all the time. You dig what I'm saying? Or you always got a negative idea. You always critical of somebody. You criticizing somebody. If they don't want the best for you, then they not the best for you. You got to realize that, man. And ladies, you sometimes you got to understand that. What about getting with a man and he act like he love you, but he don't want you to do nothing. He's scared for you to have a girls' night with your friends. He don't even want you to kick it. He don't even want you to kick it with your girls. Oh, you can't go out with them. Or where every time you go out, you know what I mean? You got to call. You got to be checking in and this and that. You got to worry about. But then again, when fam be out in the streets with his guys, it's all good. He can do whatever he want to do, but he don't want you doing what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Every time you go somewhere, he questioning you or he accusing you of doing something. It's like, fam, if you don't go sit your ass to sit down, you dig what I'm saying? But you understand, you get the method. That's how it goes, man. It's like that's hate. You dig what I'm saying? And don't do that. If you don't want the best for me, you ain't the best for me. The person that wants the best for you, they should be uplifting you. You dig what I'm saying? If you in a relationship with a lady and this is your girl, fam, if you can't trust her to go out with her girls and go have a girls' night and do something and come back home, then you don't need to be with her, man. You dig what I'm saying? Either you insecure or either she just a cheater and you know it. One of the two things, but you got to figure that out. That's something that shouldn't even be a big problem. You should already have that one in the bag. Like, we ain't finna be together if I can't trust you. You dig what I'm saying? So ain't no sense in that. You dig what I'm saying? If you can't go out with your girls and like, I ain't finna call you. I'll see you when you I see you when you get to the house. You dig what I'm saying? I should have scammed through my sister's little comedy thing about Willie Earl. You dig what I'm saying? Because Grice is crazy. You dig what I'm saying? Now listen to this. You will you will face your greatest opposition when you're closest to your biggest miracle slash breakthrough. And I was telling y'all a little bit about that, what I mean, that kind of happened today, as far as with the insurance company. Y'all got to remember that you're going to face your greatest opposition when you're closest to your biggest miracle or your biggest breakthrough. Don't ever get it twisted, man, because anytime that you're getting ready to do something good, the Bible says, Paul says in Romans 17, he says, I see it be a law that every time I would try to do good, he says, evil is close at hand. He says it's a law that's saying that, man, every time that something good is about to happen, here comes some foolishness or you know what I mean, some mess. It's got to come side by side with it to oppose you, to make you try to give up, to make you not want to get that breakthrough, to make you not want to keep going. You dig what I'm saying? And so you dig. If you going through something and you expecting something big to happen in your life and you know that you on a path of doing something great, man, you better keep going. You dig what I'm saying? You better not let no devil, you better not let nobody, no clown dude, no hating enemies, nobody that, you know what I mean, that ain't on your team supporting you. Better not let nobody stop you, because all that is the enemy trying to get you to quit before God gives you what he's got for you. And a lot of times people give up. They don't have that motivation, or they don't have that confidence to keep going. And a lot of times you're going to miss your blessings if you give up. So just remember that. You're going to always face your greatest opposition when you're closest to your biggest miracle or breakthrough. All right. Okay. CG said, amen, bro. What's up, sis? I see you over there. There it is. Okay. And y'all tap in. If y'all got something that y'all feel like I said on one of these and y'all want to make a comment on it, say it. Okay. Check this out. Well, this one is kind of dope, but I'm gonna read this. Oh, listen to this one. It says, remember this: people who try to bring you down are already below you. People that try to bring you down are already below you. You dig what I'm saying? Does that make sense to anybody? It's just like, if somebody is trying to tear down anything that you're doing, or they always negative against everything that you got going on, even if they feel like they got a little bit more money than you, if they feel like they drive a fancier car than you, it still don't matter. Fam, you still beneath me, because your heart and your mind ain't on the right thing. It ain't on, you know what I mean, trying to see somebody succeed. So if you're not trying to see somebody succeed, come on, they already beneath you. You dig what I'm saying? Because winners attract winners. You dig what I'm saying? Positive people attract positive people. When love is in the air, people is naturally just drawn to it. You know what I mean? There's a saying that's kind of cliche, but it's super duper real. Real recognize real. Have you ever heard somebody tell you that, man? Real recognize real, or game recognize game. You dig what I'm saying? And it is what it is. You see, when people come around and they hate what you're doing, or they see what you're doing, and they know that you're giving it your best, you're giving it 100%. You dig what I'm saying? They'll always try to bring you down, try to bring you below them. You dig what I'm saying? It's like, fam, if you don't find you something to do, you say, God don't close the door without opening one that you can't succeed. Jada, that is so true. Let's put that one up there. God don't close the door without opening a window. All can succeed. You dig what I'm saying? And I believe that. You dig what I'm saying? And so, with that said, though, Jada, I think sometimes people got to make sure that you always are willing to close a door. I don't care if it's on a person, if it's on a relationship, or if it's on anything that is not breathing life into your life. Man, kill that. Because if you don't kill it, it's gonna kill you. You dig what I'm saying? And so that's how I have to do it sometimes. And I hate it. You know what I mean? I was giving y'all like a little bit. It was sort of like a testimony, not so much of a testimony, but it was like a little story, little mishaps, hanging out with some of my guys. And 5 minutes before the liquor store was getting ready to close, they wanted to go to the liquor store. And it seemed like every spot that we went to, it was closed. But not only that, as we tried to go to the next spot, we was catching the red light. And it was just like, man, it seemed like, damn, it was like, man, well, this one's about to close in a few minutes. Well, go over here and catch this other one. But as soon as we do it, we would catch a red light. And some of the conversation was like, man, the old bear would have ran the red light. But it was just like, man, I ain't about to mess my license up for that. You dig what I'm saying? Now listen to this. I must say it again. I like to use that as a story, because I don't think that they was trying to bring me below them. That ain't what I'm trying to say. I think that they love me. You dig what I'm saying? And they know I love them. But sometimes when you change and you trying to do something different in your life, everybody don't expect that change, or they don't accept the change, or they don't assume that, you know what I mean, that is really real. And I ain't saying that that's the case with them. I'm not trying to draw a decision or put a blank in their head. It was just a night, and it was just happened, and it was just crazy that the lights was catching each other, so it's not a big deal. But you know what I mean, when somebody tell you something like that, it makes you think. Because when I get to the crib, I always think about my day. I kind of pray about my day. I kind of ask God, I try to see where God was at. How did I get a chance to help somebody? And a lot of times, man, I'll try to, what I mean, reach back out to some of the old guys and hang out with them. But here's a fact that remains true, man. It's just like, I don't drink. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, hold on, boy, turn up for Christ or burn up for life. I'll be back. What? You thought we wasn't on deck? Enough respect. Hold on, fam. Got my grape juice. Stop playing with me all the time. I don't play no more. I'm too grown. Matter of fact, hold on. I got another quote that matched that. Listen to this one, because this one was crazy. He says, I did not mature because of my age. I matured because of my pain. I don't know who that's for, but I got something out of that one. You dig what I'm saying? And so, since we're on the level of, I was just talking about my guys and us missing the liquor store, that's where my maturity came from. You know what I mean? All of them drunk nights of being drunk, hanging out, and we was having some fun. Some of them drunk nights we had some memories. But Jada, you on deck? You remember there was some days, man, that I fell asleep out on the sidewalk. You dig what I'm saying? I was so drunk that I blacked out on the sidewalk. There was some nights that I was so drunk that I had to wake up and apologize to people. You dig what I'm saying? And the blackout stages, they so bad that you don't remember stuff. And then in that last episode where I winded up, you know, in front of the judge, it's like, come on, man. 14 years, 8 months in a box, missing my kids' birthdays, Christmases, school, whatever. My daughter's first date, she's going to homecoming with a guy, and they taking pictures, and I can't even be there to threaten his little ass. Like you know what I'm saying? This was the stuff that you dreamed for, that you had thoughts about when you seen your baby girl as a baby, as a newborn. How I'm a threaten guys. You know what I mean, when they come to take her out. And so I didn't mature because I'm 48. I matured because that 14 years was pain, fam, and it hurt. It hurt me and my mama. My mama did that time with me. My mama, I talked to her like every week on the phone, every week. And for like the first 8 years, my mama visit me every other week. I'm telling you, you dig what I'm saying? That pain, pressure bust pipes or make diamonds. You dig what I'm saying? So you got to figure that out. You dig what I'm saying? And that's so true. It says I matured because not because of my age, but because of my pain. Life don't get easier. It just makes you stronger. You dig what I'm saying? Does that make any sense to anybody? You dig what I'm saying? And so sometimes when you go through something that hurts so bad, you know, um, it'll knock the wind out of you. A decade and a half, it knocked the wind out of me. I'm still paying for it, like mentally. Me and my cousin, little Anthony, he's down in Detroit, and he got locked up when he was 17 years old, and Anthony got out when he was 42. So just imagine being in locked up ever since you was 17 all the way until you was 42. And so me and him was chopping it up, man, about the mentality, about the mind, about being used to this certain routine. You know what I mean? That routine is still hurting me today, man. You dig what I'm saying? It's still hurting. Pain kills that old us, and we emerge out of ashes into the new us. I gotta show that. Let's show that one. Okay, CG says the pain kills that old us as we emerge out of the ashes into the new us, and it makes into diamonds. So here's another one, and I'm gonna say this one is for the ladies. Never tolerate disrespect, not even from yourself. Turn up for Christ or burn up for life, boy. Stop playing with me. Straight up. No, I'm just tripping. I be drinking my little grape juice, y'all. And this right here is a new one. This one is from Myers, and it's called Burgundy, Sparkling Burgundy. It's 100% grape juice. You know what I mean? No additive stuff in there, no alcohol, gluten free, caffeine free. So I got a little healthy friend too. Sometimes she always, do you drink water? Did you been listen? I'm drinking Myers. Turn up for Christ or burn up for life. For real. Now listen to that though. Never tolerate disrespect, not even from yourself. How can you apply that to your life? I know we always look at disrespect like somebody else is disrespecting. Like you ain't listen, fam. That's one thing you ain't gonna do in prison. You dig what I'm saying? Whether you can fight or not. You dig what I'm saying? In the joint, you better get something together, because if you let a person disrespect you, everybody is gonna disrespect you. And so a lot of times we go into that whole model of, oh man, don't say this to me, don't say that to me, don't disrespect me. But to keep it 100, how many times can people say that, you disrespect yourself sometimes? Sometimes you go against the grain, you dig what I'm saying? When you shouldn't have, you dig what I'm saying? You didn't allow some things to happen in your life that you allowed, nobody else allowed, and you just disrespected yourself. You dig what I'm saying? How many times do you hold yourself accountable? You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes you got to. You got to look in the mirror, man, and be like, I effed up. And I do that a lot. You dig what I'm saying? Like when I was doing communion that one week with the Bible study, I get that from the Bible when Paul was saying, you know, if we check ourselves, if we judge ourselves, we shouldn't be judged. You dig what I'm saying? You should always look at yourself to say, hey, man, um, how to disrespect us, I meant. Oh, okay. Let me see. If we learn to respect ourselves, we are teaching others how to respect ourselves. It starts with us. Or if you saying if we learn to disrespect ourselves, we are teaching others on how to disrespect us. I think that that can be true. Let me post that. Why, CG? Is because listen to this. Say for instance, you go to a club. You dig what I'm saying? And you in there in the club with this cat. And then this cat right here, he fly. You know what I mean? I done did it many a night. So take me. I go in there, I buy a lady a couple of drinks. Man, we hit the dance floor, you know what I mean? Give her moves like Jagger. And I say something slick to her. After that, I'm gonna go somewhere to see if we can get some wings, see if we can eat. Then after that, I'm trying to go somewhere and lay down with her. If I lay down with her, I didn't just disrespect her, she just disrespected herself. You dig what I'm saying? Because she didn't stand on her morals and her standards. And then sometimes with men, I want y'all ladies to understand this, that we think that we so player, like the old me, like back in the days, we think that we so player that we are trying to say the illest thing or the slickest or the smoothest thing to try to get you out of your pants. And we looking for the ones that won't go. Now, okay, we know the ones that's gonna go. You know what I mean? They drink and boom, boom, boom. We're gonna go back to their crib and it's a party. But what if you go to the club and you find like the dime? Like, man, shorty bad. Like, boom, you hit that last night? That's how men talk. That's exactly how they talk. Now, fellas, on the flip side of that, you dig what I'm saying? If you disrespect yourself, like say for instance, you got morals and standards too. You dig what I'm saying? If you disrespect yourself, it's just as bad as letting somebody else disrespect yourself. When like say for instance, you're supposed to be on top of your square. You ain't getting up, getting no job. So now you done laid up and you done got lazy, you drinking and you smoking weed all night and you can't get up and go to work. You disrespecting yourself because you got bills, you got kids, and you got a responsibility. As a man, there's certain things that you're supposed to get up and do. So when you sit back, instead of like calling it like a slacker or saying, man, you fell off your square, you disrespectful to yourself because there's a certain standard that you're supposed to carry. You're supposed to be the breadwinner and you got kids out here and you're supposed to be taking care of your kids. So you disrespecting yourself and everybody else when you don't get on top of your square and you do what you're supposed to be doing. Hey, here go a quote that somebody can use. If you feel like somebody is hating, hating on you, tell them this: don't study me. You won't graduate. When I read that one, I was like, damn, that was crazy. What does that mean to you? You dig what I'm saying? Don't study me, you won't graduate. That's basically like saying, stay in your own lane, fam. You dig what I'm saying? Do you and stop meddling with me. Stop mind your business sometimes. You know what I mean? Stay out of everybody's business. You dig what I'm saying? Trying to figure out what they got going on and trying to figure out how their life is. Don't be studying people, man. You ain't finna graduate. Just do your own thing. You got to go to your own life got enough lessons for you. If you figure out your life and all the mess that's going on in your life, you ain't even got no time to be worried about other people. You dig what I'm saying? If you do it like that, listen, people think that I'm tripping when I say this, man. I feel like okay, because when we was in prison, I'm gonna tell it to you again, really short, really quick. You used to kill to have that quiet time to yourself. You dig what I'm saying? And so just imagine doing 15 years and you're around men all the time. Everybody wearing the same color. When you go eat, you got to see them. Now, working out is cool. When you go to the gym, it's cool. You go to church, it's cool. But then when you come back and you eat, it's cool. When you go take a shower, you around them. You dig what I'm saying? When you on the phone, you next to other people talking loud and laughing to their girlfriends and their family. Then as soon as you go to your room, you got a cellie. And sometimes you got two cellies. And in some prisons, you got more than, 2 to 3 cellies. You got in Oakdale, there was 8-man rooms. So just imagine just being around people for that long, for that many years. You dig what I'm saying? So one of the habits in prison is you always look for that quiet time. You dig what I'm saying? Somebody's trying to do so. TT, okay. What's up, cousin? I'll be in your face for my birthday, cuz. To the club. I hope y'all got some stuff like this. Turn up for life or burn up for Christ. Some apple juice or some grape juice, cuz. Coming to All Stars. March 4th. I'll be there. Right. But listen. So what I was saying is like this right here. You in prison, you get so used to trying to find that quiet time and that quiet space. And then one of the respect things inside of prison was when you was at work or like when you was working out, if anything happened to like say, well, y'all got off work early, they shut the barbershop down, or it started raining and you can't work out. A lot of times you have to be mindful that that might be your cellie's chill time. So now don't just because the yard shut down, you might go back to the cell and snatch something up, but then you'll leave because you want him to have his time. Like when you at work, most of me and my cellies, we used to always do it like this. If he works early in the morning, I'll try to make sure I work like in the afternoon. So then that way, when you at work, I'm chilling, I can do whatever. And then when I'm at work, you can chill and you can kind of do whatever, you can have the room. Well, it's like that out here for me in the world. I keep myself in the basement. And sometimes I have to forget, I have to remind myself that my mom is upstairs. And when we talk, she likes to talk. She like to have good conversations, and we always have good conversations. But I feel like this basement is a big sale. And now I got all of my stuff in here. I got my books that I can read. I got my music that I can play. If somebody come through, I got a haircut. I got a bathroom. I really feel like my basement is a big sale. You dig what I'm saying? And so I really try not to bother her. She don't bother me. But then again, you got to be mindful that boom, you might have to come out and chop it up. But that's with relationships too. I don't do it like that. You dig what I'm saying? But I said all of that, beat around the bush to come back to this one point. Don't study me. You won't graduate. Keep that one because that's dope. Check this one out. This is dope. Listen to this. The person says this: if you treat me like an option, I'll make it a choice to move around. You dig what I'm saying? Listen to that again. If you treat me like an option, I'll make it a choice to move around. Peace. Okay. So keep that one in there. So ladies, if a guy, you dig what I'm saying, he keep feeling like, all right, he don't want to call you when you texting him or you know what I mean, or this and that. Or ladies, you feel like you just that, you a superstar, you're number one stun, and you're trying to treat a person like an option, fam can make a choice to just move around. You dig what I'm saying? Don't treat people like that. Kind of treat people how you want to be treated. All right. And I got two more. I had a few more. Then we're gonna move on to this other one. It says, "See yourself as a king, and people will see the king in you." Ladies, you can use that for yourself too. Just switch the words around and say, "See yourself as a queen," and then people will see the queen in you. I think that one right there is so real because if you don't treat yourself like a queen or if you don't act like a queen and you don't walk or talk like a queen, how do you expect a man to treat you like a queen? You dig what I'm saying? And so just study a queen. Watch any type of movie where there's a queen. You dig what I'm saying? She about business. She's about royalty. I got a new song I'm working on called Royalty. And I'm telling you, it's about that right there, where it's talking about step into your royalty. You dig what I'm saying? If you a queen, you a grown woman, you a boss, whatever you feel like you want people to treat you like, that's how you gotta act. You cannot act like a, you know what I mean, like a hoe cake, a slut bucket, and then think you dig what I'm saying. Somebody about to run up on you with a ring. Stop. Cut it out. Don't be like that. Same thing, vice versa for men. You can't try to be a D-boy your whole entire life, a dirt bag, a womanizer, a woman beater, verbally abusive, and think that a woman's gonna want to be with you, that she's gonna give you 100%. If you're a king, then you're a protector. You'll stand up like a king. You'll make moves like a king. You will think like a king. You will walk like a king, and you will talk to her like a queen. Makes sense, family. Stop playing all the time, boy. People is grown. People ain't got no time for that. World is crazy. People getting shot. It's all kind of COVID and drugs abuse going on. Ain't nobody got no time for no games, man. Turn up for Christ or burn up for life. For real. That's your best choice. You dig what I'm saying? Get somewhere and find something. Okay, listen to this one. And then I'm gonna go over to the love one because these gonna get you kind of gushy. Or Ty Trebet has a sermon like this, what you said. For real, for real. I love Ty Trebet. Listen to this. Sometimes A lonely walk is all the peace that you need. Listen to that again. Sometimes a lonely walk is all the peace that you need. Come on, man. How many times, man, do you need peace in your life, man? Sometimes when you know you're around certain people, man, and they just ain't giving you the peace. You like them, you know what I mean, or either you thought you liked them, or you this and you that, and sometimes it just get noisy on you. Take that as a metaphor, man. Sometimes a lonely walk is all the peace that you need. Sometimes you got to walk through life by yourself. Keep God first place at all times. Have your support team, which is the people that's in your corner that you know love you, that's got your back no matter what, that's always got your best interest in mind. But when it comes to like certain things, friendships and certain people, and too much letting too many people in your life, sometimes, man, you got to walk alone. And that's how you're gonna find your peace. You sitting around trying to bring too many people in there and it ain't gonna work. And that a woman does open her legs has no intellect. We have to be more than hips and lips. Oh, let me put that one up there. That one is so sincere. And that a woman that does open her legs has no intellect. We have to be more than hips and lips. Learn to pray and walk in our queenship. Yeah, let's put that one up there too. Because that's positive. Hold on. What did it do? All right, I'm going to show that one. Learn to pray and walk in our queenship. That makes sense to anybody? Learn to pray and walk in our queenship. Pray, pray, pray. I got to tell you, man, praying is so, so, so much. Okay, so see how much time. Oh, man, we did pretty good. We got 20 minutes. Let me try to get through these other ones, though. I didn't know that it was going to, you know what I mean, that I was going to be able to talk on this like that. But hold on. I'm gonna switch the cards up and try to find them because all of these are good. All of these are good. And I want y'all to listen to this. So check this out. Here's a quote. Listen to this, ladies. What if a dude talked to you like this? If I had a flower for every time I thought of you, I could walk through my garden forever. Let me, let me get that to you again. That was dope. If I had a flower for every time that I thought of you, I could walk through my garden forever. Boy, that like right there do like something to, you know what I mean? Because you know when you love somebody, when like love is in the air and like two people love each other, man, don't that do something to your soul? It be like when you find like people, you know what I mean, that speak to you like that and move like that. Like, man, if I had a flower every time I thought about you, I can walk through my garden forever. Come to the crib and hit you with something like that, man. You gonna you gonna cook, you gonna get naked, you gonna do whatever. Turn up for Christ and burn up for life. Because Christ is love. You did what I'm saying? Christ died for the church. Christ is love. Check this one out. You are the finest, the loveliest, the tenderest, and most beautiful person I know. And even that is an understatement. That's dope. What if somebody told you something like that? What if your dude came to the crib and told you something like that? Like, yeah, you are the finest, the loveliest, tenderest, most beautiful person I know. And even then, sweetheart, that's an understatement. I got to keep that one to the side. I might learn that one and put that in my repertoire. 'Cause one day I'm gonna get married. I think I'm playing. Somebody is gonna say I do to your boy. I'm telling you, I can't wait. Cause that's what it's about, though. You know what I mean? Like, I gotta tell you something. Being in prison, it knocked the wind out of me, right? You know what I'm saying? And so one thing God did do is he used to take me through my mind and he used to give me like flashbacks of like all the women that you was playing on. Like you just told them anything and you said anything. Remember you said you were so cool? Now look at what's happening to you and you don't like it. And so I always try to be mindful of a woman's like feelings. You dig what I'm saying? And I think that's one of the things that scare me so much. It's like I don't want to mess up. I don't want to hurt nobody's feeling. You dig what I'm saying? Because right now, I don't care nothing about no playing women or having all kind of women and that type of stuff don't impress me no more. That part of my life is dead. But you know what I mean? You do, when you're in prison, you think about like, man, God, send me that church woman, send me that. And she ain't gotta be beat you over the head Bible study woman, you know what I mean, all the time. But I like to talk about God. So I at least want her to be able to talk about God. But I want somebody, man, that you know what I mean, we can grow old with each other and let it be like a challenge on how can we outlove each other. There's a scripture in the Bible says outdo one another in love. You dig what I'm saying? And just think if you was in a relationship with somebody and all the time y'all trying to match each other on how much you can outlove the person. You dig what I'm saying? And then I got this other one. I gotta find it because I want to read that to y'all because I thought that this one was so dope. I gotta read this one, but here it is right here. Check this out. It says, I thought that you were perfect and I loved you, but when I found out that you were imperfect, I loved you even more. Listen to that one. I thought that you were perfect and I loved you, but when I found out you were imperfect, I loved you even more. Okay, so now while we talking about all the gooey stuff, being in a relationship, mushy, mushy, outdoing each other in love. How about that, ladies? Or how about that, fellas? Like, you know what I mean? You know how you ever meet somebody and it's like, damn, shorty, a fresh breath of air. You dig what I'm saying? It's nice to meet somebody that's cool, that we can chop it up with, that we can, you know what? I love to laugh with a lady. You dig what I'm saying? So if we can sit back and we can laugh and we can be silly and we can watch a movie, we can go get something to eat and she can pick out the food and it's like cool. You know, I like to maybe pick out a pair of shoes. You know what I'm saying? I might grab her a pair of shoes or something, you know, because I dig her style. And something, you know how when you get on that level where you like love each other. But then again, it's also a good thing when you fall in love with a person and you know you're just like, man, I see your flaws, but guess what? I love you even more. And I'm gonna tell you what makes a person love you even more when you got flaws is when you honest about your flaws. When you always keep it 100 and you keep it a buck, you bring everything to the table. They can't do nothing but love you, especially you know what I mean. As long as it ain't nothing like life threatening or like dangerous, you dig what I'm saying? Because every time I meet somebody, I tell them my situation, I tell them what I'm going through. And when they respect me, it make me just want to respect them even more. So it'll just make me go harder. So I'm gonna tell you something. If you're in a relationship and you find a person and you know you meet them, you be like, damn, such and such is super cool. But then all of a sudden you come back through this part in life where you see, okay, you got these issues going on, or you got that's going on and stuff like that. You make it a factor that okay, I'm just gonna love you even more. I'm gonna jump right in there and love you even more. I'm gonna tell you, I think that person is gonna give you even more love. You know what I mean? Now listen to this one. This one right here was dope. And this is how I started this. I read this one first out of everything, and then I started coming up with the hate ones to combat the this quote right here. This quote says, "You know that you are in love when you can't fall asleep because reality is better than your dreams. You know that you are in love when you can't fall asleep because reality is better than your dreams." That right there was so dope. Because, you know, a lot of times, I don't care who you are, you know what I mean? You ain't got to try to say you in love. You can try to, you know what I mean, claim that you're the hardest person on earth. But everybody dream of somebody to love, like, you know what I mean? Or even if you think that you out here, you dig what I'm saying, and you player, at the end of the day, you still want that bad chick. You know what I mean? You want that one that's gonna change your life. That woman, she wants that dude that's gonna come into her life and that's gonna change her life. And it says, you know that you're in love when now you can't even fall asleep because reality is better than dreams. So now you ain't even going to sleep at night because you up thinking about him. You just thinking about how we just hung out, how we just got done having a phone conversation and stuff like that. And now it's just like because your mind is racing and it's running because this person and did so much to you that you know what I mean. Now you just like I'm feeling you, like you know what I mean. That's a beautiful feeling. You know what I mean to be in love like that or to love somebody like that. You know. So I don't know if that means something to somebody, but take that. You probably need that in your life. All right, let's go to another one. All right, this one it's cool. I'm gonna read it anyway, and we'll talk about it. How much time do we got? Oh yeah, we got 10 minutes. It says, "Love is that condition in which happiness of another person is essential to your own. Love is a condition in which happiness of another person is essential to your own." And so, what this means is like when you get with a person and you feeling like, "All right, I love you, and I want you to be, I want you to be happy." You know what I mean? And you got to think about that. Don't just let that just breathe and just go past it. Maybe the way I'm reading it don't give it enough justice, but it says love is a condition in which happiness of another person is essential to your own. Cuz we all got our own wants and needs. Like you dig what I'm saying? Like take sex. Most men like, shoot, come on, get down on me, do this and that. Boom, you hurry up and you bust. But if you really love your woman, then you're gonna try to figure out what it takes to make her get there to climax to do what she like, and then take it from outside the bedroom. So just as much as you like to kick it with your guys or do this and that, sometimes when she come home and she got a hard day at work, you dig what I'm saying? And you know you got kids and you know she worked and she come home, then she doing all of this stuff. Sometimes you got to make sure that her happiness is matched like yours because you so quick that you want a meal, you want to sit down, you want to eat, you want her to do all this and that. Then she got to run around and take care of, the stuff, wash clothes and stuff like that. Sometimes as a man, you got to be mindful that, hey, this is a joint venture. You dig what I'm saying? And even as a king, you're supposed to protect your queen. So don't ever feel like you can't come out your comfort zone where you shouldn't go tear the kitchen up. You got to go tear the kitchen up. You got to be able to cook. And if you can't cook, you got to go buy something. So when she come home, sometimes she shouldn't have to worry about that. You dig what I'm saying? And just happiness. And you can even take it from out of a household, from a relationship, just like, man, like I see your dreams. I see what you're trying to do. And please don't nobody jump on my case because you know me. I've been in situations and I don't like gifts from women. You dig what I'm saying? But I'm just gonna say this. If you are in a relationship and y'all together and y'all a team, I think it's sexy when a lady feeds into a man's dream. When she help her dude out to try to say, okay, I see your vision, babe. Here goes something to help your vision along. You dig what I'm saying? Cause that's gonna, you know what I mean? Cause when she help you level up, that just means like, damn, that's my ride or die. You dig what I'm saying? And so I think that's what it means. And then, man, you also never just suspect that a woman going to work, coming home is it. Ask her what she dream about, what is her passions, and then try to see if you can find some way to help her live out her passion and her dream. Because see, a job is just a salary. That's not your calling. That's not your, you know what I mean? Everybody's got a calling that's in their life and they got to try to figure it out. Now, one thing about the woman God placed her on the earth, he says because she's an incubator. And I'll tell it to you again. That's why you give her a seed, she gives you a kid. You give her kids, she'll give you a family. You give her a house, but she makes it a home. You give her food, but she makes it a meal. Everything you give a woman, she multiplies it and she gives it back. And that's the reason why she's the helper for the man to help him glorify God. God said, be fruitful and multiply. So you can't do it without the woman. But you got to touch into her heart. You got to tap in and be like, you know what I mean? Listen to her sometimes and be like, babe, what you like? You dig what I'm saying? Or just listen to when she talks. She'll tell you what she like. And then go out and do something like that to make her happy. You dig what I'm saying? You gotta figure that out. Okay, she said, a real woman, let me see that out there. Love covers a multitude of faults. Okay, a real woman can see the potential of her man and help push him in. I'm telling you, say it out there because I'm telling you, sometimes a man can be doing some stuff and he can be confused, but God will give the know-how to the woman. She's the manager of the business. A lot of times he giving you the juice and okay, this is your talent, this is your gift. But guess what? That down woman behind you, she's the one that's gonna push that business to the top. She gonna manage it. She know when to cut stuff off. That's where that meanness come from. No, you ain't coming over. Ain't gonna be no freebies. We ain't passing out this and we ain't doing this and that. But I'm telling you, that's how it goes sometimes. Oh, listen to this. If you already in a relationship, check this one out. The best thing to hold on to is each other. How many? Ooh, that was dope. You dig what I'm saying? Now everybody that's single, they ain't got nobody, just trying to hold on to a stick, anything. Hold on to a bottle. Turn up for Christ or burn up for life. But meanwhile, it's really real. So if you're in a relationship, you always listen. Sometimes it goes like this. Every time you get into a relationship with somebody, sometimes, man, the best thing you got is right there at home with you. Stop looking around and meddling for other people, trying to see what somebody else got. Just because this chick got a nice butt or she got this and that. Guess what she don't got? She ain't got you. And she ain't got what your wife got or your girl got. Be happy with what you got. Sometimes the best thing that to hold on to is each other. Because you'll go out there and you get the meddling, thinking that you about to find something different. And I'm gonna tell you something, boy, your face gonna be busted and you're gonna be looking stupid, and then you're gonna have nothing. So you better stop playing all the time. But it's time to get serious, man. It's 2023. Like, stop all the time with the games. Listen to that again. The best thing to hold on to is each other. Somebody needed to hear that. Okay. This one is kind of gushy. I like this one. Yep, we got about 7 minutes. Okay, so it says, if a hug represented how much I love you, I would hold you in my arms forever. If a hug represented how much I love you, I would hold you in my arms forever. Somebody go tell that to go tell that to somebody, man, that you love, man, that you know that you got, that's in your house with you, like right now. You dig what I'm saying? Go give them a hug and say something cool sometime instead of talking crazy and cussing and fussing and you know what I mean? Just go hug them. Tell them if this represented our love, I'll hold on to you forever. You know what I mean? Be slick sometime and be smooth. Turn up for Christ and burn up for life. I'm telling you, if you ain't got love in your heart, you're going down. You're going down. You dig? So you better try to figure it out. Now, I thought that was really dope. That'd be something cool that I'm gonna probably have to remember. You dig what I'm saying? But like my man Christian Mitchell, if I can get in contact with him, I got to go through some of my stuff and read some of his letters that he used to just write and bring them to writers' workshop. And I'm telling you, when this man put words together, this man, he was super, super dope. He put my boots onto a lot of stuff. Here's the last one. Then I'm going to give y'all these other two ones that's going to conclude the show. It says, I need you like a heart needs a beat. I need you like a heart needs a beat. Sounds a little bit cheesy and a little bit corny, but um, I think it says what it's supposed to say. You know what I mean? Like a heart needs a beat. You dig what I'm saying? Because if they ever pull up on you and your heart ain't beating, you dead. You dig what I'm saying? So you're gonna need that heartbeat. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, CG said I love that too. I mean, it sound like a little bit cheesy, sis, but it's cool, though, ain't it? I need you like a heart needs a beat. You dig what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Or you can switch it up, be like a body needs a pulse. You dig anything. You dig what I'm saying? So um here's the method right here. Every week I might not do it like that, but I'll find some stuff to where we can kind of like take love versus hate. You know, we talked a little bit about how people is hating on people. There's a few little things that you can kind of tell people that's hating on you, and always be looking out for a hater. But you know something? Uh, Thea was right. She quoted this scripture and she said, "Love covers a multitude of faults." In my Bible, the Bible version, it says, "Love covers a multitude of sin." And then the last little picture that I had, it had a like a wrecking ball heart crushing through the walls of hate. And I'm gonna tell you something. Hate is gonna outweigh love every time. You dig what I'm saying? And so sometimes when you start feeling like you're the good person and you get tired of it, man, because sometimes it feel like we don't be winning, man. It seems like we always catching the bad breaks and like the bad guy always laughing and they turning up and it's always fun. But I'm gonna tell you something. In the long run, it is what it is. Because no matter what people do on this life or in this earth, you dig what I'm saying? There's a scripture, and I mean a scripture that kind of talks like this, but people that go to church, they always say this: hate the sin, but love the sinner. You dig what I'm saying? If that makes any sense to you, it's because sometimes, man, people just be doing stuff, man, and they be out their body, like you know what I mean. You hating on people for no reason. You dig what I'm saying? Or you trying to run somebody down, or you always trying to point out somebody else's faults or like flaws or they criminal charges. Oh, I heard they did this and I heard they did that. Listen, you might not have done what they did, but everybody done did something in their life. You dig what I'm saying? And everybody got something that they ashamed of. So stop trying to flash the light on other people's shame. You dig what I'm saying? That ain't got nothing to do with you. If you can't do nothing else for a person, if you don't even like a person, you can't talk to them, man, just pray for them. You dig what I'm saying? Pray for them people, man, and leave them alone and give them their peace and their space. You dig what I'm saying? Because it's gonna do you better in the long run when you do it like that. Because I'm gonna tell you, man, when you love people and you love life and you laughing and you jipper and you always on the good, you look good. You look better. People that smile a lot, man, look at how good they look. My cousin Tammy, man, she used to just be such a big jokester. And you could tell she loved so many people because her whole funeral was packed. They didn't even have enough seats to sit down in. And I'm telling you this because when you walked up to the casket, it just looked like she was asleep. Cause you know how sometimes you can go to a casket and you can see some people and the makeup. Sometimes the makeup can make them look dull, and it could be like that lip be looking. They be looking like that. Like what the hell? Like who they mad at? Did they die mad? Like, but I'm telling you, when you seen her, they had lip gloss on her lips. She just looked like she was sleeping, but she looked so beautiful. I'm telling you, beautiful people laugh and love each other, man. That's all we doing. And the biggest act of love is this right here. John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten son, that whoever believe in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Just think about that. Got like about a minute or something. Just think about that. You know, I know a lot of parents that'll die for their kids. You dig what I'm saying? Because I know I will. Man, I'll die without even thinking about it for any one of my kids or grandkids. You dig what I'm saying? It's not a question. My mama and my sister too. You dig what I'm saying? But how many people is gonna kill their kids for you? You dig what I'm saying? Would you ever kill your kid for somebody else? That's a sinner. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah. She says, I'm naked and not ashamed, meaning I'm not ashamed about what I've done or been through because it all worked out for my good. I got to show that one so people can see that. I think it says, I'm naked and not ashamed, meaning I'm not ashamed about what I've done or been through because it all worked out for my good. And that's the truth. And, but like I said, God said that he sacrificed his own son and he poured out the sin on him that was supposed to be for us. I'm not turning this into a Bible study, but what I want to do is say that that's the biggest act of love that anybody can ever do for somebody. So whether you believe it or not, just think about that. Just think about this. You ain't even got to think biblical. Don't even think about Jesus. Don't even think about God. Think about this. Would you ever punish your son for something that somebody else did? No. The Bible says somebody might die for somebody that's good or all right. You see a CIA agent, he might take a bullet for the president. You dig what I'm saying? They pay him a lot of money to jump out in front of Biden or Obama, whoever is the president at the time. A CIA agent might do that. But come on, man, ain't nobody finna sacrifice their kid for nobody else. You dig what I'm saying? But I said all of that to say this: what's the extent of love you gonna go to outweigh the hate? You know the hate is here. It's always going to be here, and it's got to be here. Sometimes you need to welcome it because that means that you're really on top of your square, that you're shining. You dig what I'm saying? Listen, man, I don't know. We're going to see how the views go. And if people like it, if y'all ain't got nothing to do on Thursdays at 9 o'clock, rock with me. Bare truth, man. Love versus hate. I love y'all. I swear to God, I do. God knows I do. I'm going to holler at y'all in a minute. Peace.